Basketball is back. Basketball is back. NBA open tonight. Let's talk about it. It was a success, in my opinion. Now, mind you, we had a 200-point blowout in the first game, but other than that, I'm just happy for basketball to be back. And I got a couple things to talk about. First game, Knicks Celtics. Um, if the Celtics are going to play, and actually not even play, just shoot 29 threes on damn near 50. Sorry, not shoot. Make 29 threes on damn near 50%. Sorry, it was probably above 50% before they start chucking shit to break the record at the end of the game. But on 50% from three, this team's unbeatable. Tonight, no team in the NBA could have beat the Celtics. One, because the defense was on point. They didn't turn the ball over, and they just couldn't miss. It was the first quarter in this game. I'm like, Jason Tatum ass is on a heater. Let me see what he ended with in that game. Not even ended with. Let me see what he ended at. In that first quarter, he had 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. My dumbass took his over on rebounds, thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna crash the glass like he did. He averaged about an 8 last season, so him grabbing 9 won't be too far out. His ass said, "Fuck that." The whole point of the Knicks trading for Mikal Bridges and signing OG Anunoby to the contract they did was to have the wing defenders to defend Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And Jason Tatum went out and gave their ass 40 in the first game. And it wasn't like, inefficient 40. He shot I'm pretty sure he shot 80% from the field. Dangerous. And as a person that wasn't a Jason Tatum believer before the season, coming into the season, he shut my ass up. To be honest. That's all the time I'm gonna give him though. Um, what else? Knicks offense. Um, it took a Jalen Brunson really only took like 3 shots in the first quarter. You wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive. He made all 3. But the main thing I want to talk about in the entire first half, there were no pick and rolls between Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, and I expected a good amount of that after they made this trade. Now, mind you, they didn't have a lot of reps together, and they had a lot of the preseason together. But they didn't have the entirety of the offseason to really work out how they're going to run the offense with them. But a lot of it was just, hey, we're going to dump it down to Cat because he had the Drew Holiday assignment all game. Like the Celtics were perfectly comfortable having Al Horford sag off of Josh Hart and be a roamer to like protect the rim, and it worked phenomenally for them because the Knicks just couldn't shoot. Mikal Bridges went 0 for 5, I'm pretty sure, in the first half. And then second half, he lost the hitch in his jump shot, thankfully, and really got into rhythm. But a lot of the points he scored were in garbage time. OG Anunoby shot 1 for 7 throughout the entire game. And then Josh Hart, I don't think he hit a single jump shot. So, yeah, sagging off was definitely the play for the Celtics. Other than that, it was just you could definitely tell that the Knicks have a lot of things to work out. It's going to be I ain't gonna say it's going to be a long season, but there's a long season ahead, and I'm not really too concerned. But I am concerned with Mikal Bridges' jump shot just a little bit. He said that he's been tweaking it for a minute, and I guess that now he's over tweaked it, so now he's trying to get back to something comfortable that will work for him. Um, in the past couple of seasons, he was like almost a 40% shooter from the 3-point line, so I don't really see the need to fix the jump shot. But I guess being at that level of athlete, you don't want to get complacent. So I see the vision. In my notes, yeah, I was watching the game taking notes. I didn't really have anything for the fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter, because shit, it was a blowout. But the Celtics played almost a perfect, and The only people I really feel like that rule didn't apply to as heavily were Jason Tatum. Played really good defensively. Specifically, he got an 8-second violation. He had a couple steals that led to fast break points. And the main thing for me with the Celtics is they just played perfect. No turnovers, hit their shots, and that's really all you can say about this. Going forward for the Knicks, I don't think they'll have this slow of a start, and maybe it'll take a couple games to gel, maybe even half the season. But I'm not worried about them. I still think they'll finish as the 2 seed, maybe 3 seed if it takes a little bit longer to gel. But overall, you played the best team in the league, and shit happens. Now on to the next game. This next game I was really excited for. I said on my last video that I expected Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis to dominate. But boy, if you're going to look at me in my eyes and tell me that Anthony Davis is giving you a bad 36 and 16 and 4, I want to know what the good game's going to look like. To be honest, I'm overreacting. I know I'm overreacting and all. But if Jason Tatum and Anthony Davis are going to play like this all season, the Lakers are going to be a dangerous ass team in the West because defensively they were amazing. We already know what the Celtics are like. Jason Tatum's on his MVP tour, clearly. MVP revenge tour. Thank you, Steve Kerr. I blame you for this. But Anthony Davis, along with being a top 2 defender in basketball, if he's going to give you offensive production like this on a nightly basis, hand him any award he wants. Hand it to him. DPOY, MVP, All NBA first team and defensive team. He can have it. Because on both sides of the floor, he was dominant. He was looking at Rudy Gobert like free food. Free food. And then he took shots at him in the interview after the game. And what makes it even funnier is Rudy Gobert signed a contract extension 7 minutes before tip off. Free food. Free food. Not Jason. JJ Redick, great first game. It seems like he wanted their identity to be get up more threes, crash the offensive glass, play good defense. And they did all three of those. Only thing is they didn't make them damn threes. But for a team that was towards the bottom of the league in 3-point frequency last season, you'll take that. They got I'm pretty sure it was 19 in the first half, and they didn't make jack shit, but we'll live. In this game, I'm pulling it up now. Sorry, I didn't write it down in my notes. In this game alone, they put up 33s and made 5 of them shits. 33s. You could probably find games where they didn't even have 23s last season. 33s. Eventually those shots are going to start falling, you would think. But Rui Hachimura looks really good. He hit his shot and he was very aggressive to start. Like minute and a half into the game, Rudy Gobert was on the poster. Like I said, he signed a contract 7 minutes before tip off. It was just a bad night. Rui looked really good. Like I said, Austin Reeves had a great game. He was on the glass. He had, pretty sure, 8 or 9 rebounds, and it was like, what can you do if they're crashing the offensive glass? They dominated the offensive glass throughout the entire game. They took their foot off the gas for like a little portion in the second half, but in totality, they were in control of this game the entire time. What I was raving about in my group chats while watching this game, Jackson Hayes' minutes were absolutely astounding. He was on the offensive glass. He was finishing lobs. He was playing good defense. They even ran out of lineup with him and AD on the floor together, and they tried to run the zone with AD at the top of the zone. Mind you, only ran it for like 2 minutes, and they took that shit out because it didn't really work. They led like a 7-0 run, I think. But other than that, I really like the Jackson Hayes minutes. I don't think he did any wrong. You felt his impact while he was on the court. He even had a blocked 3-pointer in the corner on Mike Conley. If he played phenomenal. I expected Christian Wood to be the backup big for them. But if it's going to be Jackson Hayes going forward, I liked what I saw in the first game. Who else do I want to talk about? Dalton Connect played. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hit a three. He was positive in the in the plus minus two assists. He had a really good pass on a backdoor cut to Braun. I'm pretty sure off the corner when Bronny was in. Speaking of Bronny and LeBron, they checked in. It was a cool moment when they checked in. You saw the little moment of LeBron coaching him, but right before they checked in, us little tidbit. Why the fuck did he put on the warm up just to take it off at the score table? That was kind of funny to me. But LeBron, look, this is the first time I've ever seen LeBron not be a focal offensive engine for a team. Like, this is the passing of the torch we've been expecting to AD for some seasons now. And LeBron, I ain't gonna say he played bad, but it just like he didn't need to be Superman. Like, he only had 16, 5, and 4 and 2 blocks, but he didn't need to do more. What I will say though, his ass was not getting back on defense every single possession. Even sometimes he was late coming up to the floor on like in transition. That was funny. It was like, yeah, his old ass, like, his first game. I got a long season ahead of me, so I ain't gonna go the full way, but that was funny. Max Christie was the first guy off of the bench for the Lakers as well. Now onto the Timberwolves, because this is what I really want to talk about. Timberwolves offense looked awful, dreadful, if you will, because a lot of it was, here, Ant, give us the ball, save us, do something spectacular. And that's not going to work. The minutes with him and Julius Randle also looked very clunky. Like, they lacked a lot of spacing, especially since they weren't hitting shots. So I'm interested to see what that's going to look going forward. Does Dante DiVincenzo come in to add the spacing? Who knows? But in the first game, the offense was not good. They lacked a lot of spacing. And for this offense to work, they're asking for Anthony Edwards to take a leaps and bounds level jump in playmaking just for the offense to be somewhat efficient. Also, the defense wasn't what I expected it to be, because last season they were the number one defense, and this season they kind of took some plays off and they really didn't close possessions. So it just lacks some effort, but hopefully they'll iron out the kinks, because they were also part of that deal with Karl Anthony Towns, of course. So they're going to take some time to gel. But other than that, it's really the same team. So who knows? I just think that the offense got to be more creative, and maybe it's only a matter of time before Dante DiVincenzo starts for the spacing aspect. So, um, what else? What else do I have in my notes? But other than the offensive rebounding, um, yeah, they did try to get AD established early. I don't think I have anything else. I think that's me overreacting to NBA Game 1. We got a 10-game slate tonight, and that's really what we're really going to be paying attention to. I'm going to pick like 3 games. I'm not going to watch all 10 games like initially. I'm going to pick like 3 games out of the bunch, which is probably going to be the Pacers Pistons game. Well, actually, I'm definitely going to watch the Bucks 76ers. Actually, no, I'm not, because Embiid and Paul George aren't playing. I'm going to watch the Pacers Pistons game, the Raptors Cavs game, and the Miami Magic game, Heat Magic game. And then as the nightcap, I'll probably watch the Suns Clippers game just to see how Bud Ball is going to work in Phoenix. Um, I think that wraps it up. I yapped for about 15 minutes. That's better. That's better than what I expected. I expected this to be like 10 minutes of just me talking what I saw last night. But thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. I'll probably be back with another video like 2 days.